Hi, this is Tim of the 1916 Company. Welcome and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, reach out to us, Team Mosso at the1916company.com for purchase pricing and availability questions concerning this Rolex certified pre-owned Oyster Perpetual GMT-Master II. So this is the Rolex certified pre-owned 116759SA for blue sapphires and diamonds. This white gold watch was part of a trio of white gold gem set GMT Master IIs that came out at Basel World 2007. So the timepiece you see right here is the SA. Of course, there was also the SARU, the famed Patriot, and then there was also another model with diamonds and black sapphires. That was the SARL. So this is a very cool watch on a lot of levels because it pops with color, and it's one of the few truly handcrafted models to come out of Rolex in recent years due to the gem setting. Before I jump into this, I should mention that my company now only sells new Rolex watches and Rolex certified pre-owned Rolex watches. So we don't have generic used Rolex watches. They're all going to be CPO. So let me explain what that entails. First, the watch is authenticated by Rolex itself. Not just that it's a real Rolex, but that all the parts are correct to the model. If necessary, parts invested in servicing will be Rolex authentic factory parts. Any service such as refinishing or watchmaking will be Rolex certified, so it is all Rolex. Also important is that this watch comes with a Rolex certified pre-owned warranty, which is 2 years in duration and globally valid. So, for example, you were to buy your watch in Rome and need service in Hong Kong, you simply take it to a Rolex point of sales or service and they will honor the warranty. Now there's more going on here because although you will get the original retail box, papers, and accessories if they are with the watch, at a bare minimum you're going to get a new box and paper set. So this is the outer box. This is the lovely leatherette travel pouch, which you can see is CPO specific. It's got a button closure, a suede interior. You can travel with your watch in the pouch. Of course, you get the warranty card that you saw before. You also get a number of manuals, starting with this one right here. This is a Rolex Good to Know manual. Features care and feeding, use, information about CPO, locations of points of service worldwide, and a little bit of information about Rolex.com. You also get this leatherette wallet with the warranty manual that breaks down the significant terms and conditions of the warranty itself. And remember, it is a Rolex-backed warranty. It is not a 1916 company warranty. Finally, because it's the most fun part, you get this little holographic hang tag, which I think is neat. Now, in terms of the watch itself, the timepiece is 40 millimeters in diameter, and it measures 12.1 millimeters thick from lug tip to lug tip. The case is 48.1 millimeters across, and then end link to end link, I measured the total distance, 51.2 millimeters total distance across the wrist with a 20 millimeter spacing in between the lugs. We're going to pop open this clasp right here, and we're going to throw it on my wrist, which is 16 centimeters in circumference. We'll get a good sense of how this watch fits on my wrist. So you can see it's fairly broad because of the solid end links, but still, I could see this watch wearing on a wrist of 15 centimeters circumference or larger. Again, mine is 16, and you can see I've got a little bit of clearance. The lugs are not over the edge of my wrist on either side. Being a fairly thin watch, it will fit underneath a dress cuff, and from over the top, which always exaggerates the width of the watch, you can still see that the lugs are inboard of the edge of my wrist. It's a weighty affair, all of this white gold giving it such an impressive heft, and that's compounded by the fact that Rolex uses a solid gold case back rather than a cheap lightweight sapphire. It's like having a gold dollar coin on the back of the watch. Oyster style bracelet, 3-link design, conforming end link. You can see that the polished centers and polished outer faces contrast with the satin. We're going to move down toward the clasp, which is thick gauge white gold. You can see that the links, end links and center links, are all solid. We have two different locking mechanisms here. We have the clamshell, which you know well, but then we also have this pivoted spring-loaded lift lock system where you've got this beak and hook interface, and these two things latch together, so it's actually two different locks. We also have the Rolex 5mm Easy Link tool-free adjustment system. Snap in, snap out, no tools necessary. And then we've got 3 pairs of divots drilled inside the clasp, and you can use your strap tool to dismount the spring bar, change the anchoring point of the bracelet inside the clasp to fine-tune the fit. You can see internally we've got a little Rolex logo, as well as a note that this is a white gold clasp. Now, all of this is white gold. It's what's known as gray gold in the industry. It's a type of white gold that's white all the way through and never needs to be rhodium plated. In short, it's the good stuff. It's the premium white gold you'll see on Rolex, Grubel, Jaeger, LeCoultre, watches that represent the premier of quality. So we also have here diamonds and sapphires, and this is why I describe this watch as handcrafted. Rolex often achieves excellence via automation, but where Rolex gem set watches are concerned, the setting and selecting of gems is all done by hand, using vintage tools and techniques that would have been familiar in the 19th or even 18th century, jigs, gravers, fire, torches, and then the gems are set. The only real automated part is that optical scanners are used to ensure color and clarity of the gems match, or where a gradient of color is necessary, like with the rainbow sapphire bezels, then they will use the scanners to make sure that the gradient from gem to gem is even. So here you can see all the blue sapphires and all the diamonds are the same color and clarity. The lugs are paved with brilliant cut gems, so are the crown guards. And then we've got the bezel, which features these invisibly set baguette-style gems. It is a bidirectional rotating GMT bezel, and you can see the day-night distinction has been executed with an inversion of diamonds with sapphires and then sapphires with diamonds. I also love that particularly large triangular cut diamond up at the top and its flanking sapphires. It looks fantastic. So you can use this as a calculator bezel to calculate a third time zone if you're really good with mental numerals, just remembering where everything sits. Take note that on this model, none of the hands are lacquered. So you can see that the GMT hand here, as well as the other hands, they're all white gold, as are the indices, to give the watch a cleaner aesthetic. Although you can see that the GMT Master script on the dial is still green. So we don't have a green GMT hand. We do still have the green GMT Master logo. All of the hands are gold, along with the indices. Not only does it create a cleaner look, but because they're all gold, they won't tarnish or oxidize over time. We'll do a lume shot here. Got to sense this watch in the dark, as you can see. This is Rolex distinctive Chromolite blue lume. It's their in-house luminescence. Also note all four hands are lumed, including the second hand, so you can read both primary and secondary time zones. It is a true dual-time watch. I mentioned you can calculate a third time zone using the bezel, and it's true, you can. You can set the 24-hour hand to GMT and then use the GMT offset of any particular time zone to calculate that third time zone with the bezel. So you can see there is a stop seconds function, and forgive my clumsiness with these gloves, but you can also see how the local time can be set independently without altering the other three hands or even disrupting the timekeeping. And I could set the date forward or backwards depending on which version I'm traveling across the international date line. Local hand moves in 12-hour sweeps, the 24-hour hand once around the dial per day. We have a 100-meter water-resistant case, and you can see we've got a triplock crown in gold. You know it's that because it has 3 dots, so triplock, with a larger center dot, which means gold. Take a look at those diamond-paved crown guards inside the case. Rolex caliber 3186, bidirectional automatic winding, 48-hour power reserve, 31 joules, 4 hertz. It is a certified chronometer, and the timepiece features more than that. It is a superlative chronometer. So a COSC chronometer tested in 5 positions as a bare movement, -3, well, I should say -4, plus 6 seconds per 24 hours. That's actually better than either of those standards, as the superlative chronometer is -2 plus 2 per 24 hours. And then it is a fully cased up test of the watch in 6 positions, not 5. We do have a full balance bridge and a free sprung balance for shock tolerance, an overcoil hair spring so that in any physical position it will be isochronous. It will keep consistent time no matter its orientation vis-a-vis gravity. And it is an anti-magnetic niobium zirconium hairspring called Parachrome Bleu that gives the watch profound anti-magnetic qualities, so water resistant, shock resistant, and anti-magnetic. It is a very tough watch, but it is also fine, graceful, and rare. These gem-set Rolex watches are made in very small quantities. They are limited by the production capacity of the people who are able to set gems at this level of excellence. You can see the black lacquer of the dial, the white gold dial hardware, the Cyclops eye magnifier, so you can see the date more easily. If you love this watch, reach out to Team Mosso at the 1916company.com for purchase and pricing details.